Okay, let's talk about job interviews in English. If you've ever felt that pit of anxiety knowing your interview is entirely in English,
Oh, yeah.
then you're exactly who we're talking to today. Our mission is simple. Conquer that stress.
Hmm.
We're not aiming for, perfect PhD level grammar.
Definitely not.
We want to arm you with actionable tips, specific phrases, things that project confidence and clarity when you're under pressure.
It's such a big challenge, isn't it? Because an interview, even in your native language, it's stressful. You have to perform.
Right.
But then you add that layer of doing it in a second language.
Yeah.
You're searching for words, worrying about verb tenses. It honestly feels twice as hard.
Twice as hard, yeah.
And the core fear for so many people is just freezing up,
Right.
That moment when the right words just vanish.
Okay, let's unpack that right away, because that anxiety, that's the real enemy of clear communication, isn't
It
it?
really is.
So, based on all the research we looked at, what's the #1 attitude adjustment someone needs before they even walk in the door?
Okay, the single most important idea, I think, is this. Confidence is key. It really is.
Confidence.
You absolutely do not need perfect English to get the job. What truly matters is, well, can you communicate clearly? How enthusiastically do you talk about your ideas, and what's your professional attitude like?
So the interviewer isn't grading your English test.
Exactly. They're looking at your skills, your potential. And look, even native speakers, we stumble, we make small grammar mistakes in high-pressure situations.
It happens all the time.
So we need to stop thinking competence equals perfection. It just doesn't.
That mindset shift is huge, really
Yeah.
powerful. But, okay, when that panic does hit mid-interview, what's a physical thing you can do to keep that clarity?
Well, it ties right back into that language anxiety. When we get nervous, what do? We speed up.
Yeah, talk faster.
Right. We think speaking faster makes us sound more fluent, but it's the opposite. Yeah, speaking fast in a second language, it just increases the chance of errors. And it gives your brain less time to find the word you need, lexical retrieval.
Okay.
So it is always, always better to pause, take a breath, speak calmly, maintain control. Don't rush.
That pause isn't weakness then.
No, it's a sign of thought, of composure.
Pausing shows control.
Yeah.
Okay. And speaking of control, let's talk about that first question, the inevitable one. Tell me about yourself.
Ah, yes. The classic.
If you don't have a clear structure here, you can just ramble, right?
Yeah.
And that immediately kills your confidence.
Exactly. Structure is like an anchor, especially when maybe your vocabulary or grammar feels a bit shaky in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So the research points to a really strong three-part formula for a confident intro.
Okay, lay it out for us. What's the formula?
It's quick and it's targeted. So part one, a short professional summary of your background, very brief.
Okay.
Part two, mention relevant experience, relevant for this specific role.
Right, tailor it.
Yes. And part three, finish strong. One key achievement, and if possible, quantify it. Give a number.
Like the marketing example.
Exactly. Don't just say, oh, I did social media. You say, I have over 5 years of experience in digital marketing, and in my last role, I was proud to improve customer engagement by 30%.
That 30%,
Yeah,
that gives them something concrete, a hook, evidence.
precisely. It's memorable.
Okay, so to help build this out, we've pulled together some phrases that sound professional right from the start.
Yeah, these can help. So for people with some experience already, integrating these helps keep that professional tone. Things like, I'm currently working as, or I'm passionate about. That sounds a bit stronger than just I like.
Okay, passionate about.
Yeah.
Why is that better than, say, I really like digital marketing is like too simple?
It's not necessarily wrong, but passionate about just steps up the formality a tiny bit. It suggests real commitment, not just a casual preference. You want strong verbs, strong adjectives to show you're invested.
Got it. Commitment.
And another useful one. In my previous role, I was responsible for.
Okay. What about listeners who are maybe recent grads or just starting out without that long corporate history?
Great question. Then you leverage your academic work and your enthusiasm. Frame your education as the experience.
How so?
You can say things like, I recently graduated with a degree in, or I'm really excited to start my career in,
Okay.
or maybe I've developed strong skills in, say, data analysis through my coursework and projects. The key is to project eagerness to learn. That's a really positive attitude to show. So, okay, if we shift gears a bit from the intro, the interviewer obviously wants to know what challenges you've handled. Which brings us to strengths and weaknesses.
Right. For strengths, the advice seems pretty straightforward. Pick a skill that matches the job description. Communication, problem solving, time management, whatever fits.
Yes, but, and this is crucial, native speaker or not, you must back it up with evidence. A specific example.
Always an example.
Always. Don't just say, I'm good at time management. Use simple sentences. Keep the grammar risk low. Say something like, I am excellent at managing time. For instance, in my last job, I handled 3 projects at the same time, and I always met my deadlines. See?
Specificity builds confidence, makes it real. Okay, now let's tackle the weakness question. This one's tricky.
The dreaded weakness question.
We know the strategy is frame it as growth. Right. But aren't answers like, I work too hard or I'm a perfectionist?
You just sing cliches.
They can be, yeah. They can sound rehearsed.
So how do you make it sound authentic, especially in English, and not like you just read it online?
That's a great point. The trick is choose a weakness that's real, but small, manageable. And then, this is the important part, show the proactive steps you're taking to address it.
Ah, the proactive steps.
Yes, that shows self-awareness, it shows initiative. And again, simple, clear sentences are your friend here. Avoid complex phrasing that might trip you up.
Okay, give us a smart example, something that shows that positive growth. All right, let's imagine you're going for a fast-paced analyst job. Efficiency matters.
Right.
You could say something like, sometimes I can focus a little too much on the details initially, which occasionally slowed down my progress.
Okay, that sounds real.
However, I've started using a timer system for tasks now, just to force myself to move from analysis to action more quickly. It's really helping me balance getting the quality right with being efficient.
I like that. The timer system. It's a concrete action. It makes the story believable, not just words.
Exactly. Or maybe for a role needing lots of communication, you could say, well, public speaking used to make me quite nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to tackle this head on. I volunteered to lead our team's status updates every single week. And honestly, I feel significantly more confident presenting now. Again, small weakness, active steps, positive outcome.
Okay, let's move on to talking about previous jobs. When they ask, can you tell me about your previous job? That needs structure too, right? Especially if you're feeling overwhelmed by vocabulary.
Absolutely. For non-native speakers, I think the biggest danger here is getting lost in complicated stories or explanations.
Rambling again.
Yeah. So our advice is adopt a simple 3-part structure. Again, structure is your friend.
What's the structure for past jobs?
Okay. Part 1, past job title and the company. Part 2, your main responsibilities use action verbs. And Part 3, what professional skills did you learn or strengthen there?
Keep that cognitive load low.
Exactly.
Can you walk us through applying that, maybe for someone starting out?
Sure. Let's take a sales assistant role. Pretty common starting point.
Okay.
Instead of just listing every single task you did, you summarize using the structure. In my previous job as a sales assistant at company name, I primarily helped customers find products they needed, I managed the point of sale system, and I also supported the store manager with weekly inventory checks.
Okay, responsibilities covered.
From that role, the key skills I really developed were communication, talking to lots of different people, patience, definitely, and staying highly organized even when it got really busy under pressure.
So you're turning tasks into skills.
Mm-hmm.
Organization, communication, those are professional assets.
That reframing is crucial.
What if the listener genuinely doesn't have traditional paid work experience? How do they talk about, say, volunteer work or uni projects without it just sounding like hobbies?
Yeah, good question. Don't panic, first off, but you have to shift the language, focus away from just the activity and towards the skill demonstrated.
Okay.
You can absolutely leverage volunteer work, internships, big school projects. Let's say you are the treasurer for a university club.
Right.
Don't just say, I counted money. No. Say, I managed a budget of $5,000 for the university events committee. This experience significantly improved my financial accountability and also my leadership skills within the team.
Right. You're translating that experience into business language, demonstrable skills, using simple English to do it.
Exactly. Focus on the impact, the learning, the skill, not just describing the task itself. Okay, so to sort of wrap up the core advice, let's quickly hit 3 common mistakes, pitfalls really, that often sabotage confidence in English interviews.
Okay, mistake number 1, length and pace. We touched on pace, but length too.
Yes. Keep your answers punchy, concise. Aim for maybe 2 or 3 sentences per main point you want to make. Practice being brief.
Get to the point.
And like we said, consciously slow down your pace. If you try to talk too fast, you just lose your rhythm, you lose clarity, you make more mistakes.
Okay, mistake number 2, negativity. Oh, this is a big one. especially when they ask why you left your last job.
It's such a trap. We've all been tempted to vent, right? But the interviewer here is testing your professionalism, your emotional maturity.
So what's the absolute don't?
Never,
Yeah.
ever badmouth a former employer or a former boss. Just don't do it. Never say, oh, my boss was terrible.
Right, so what's the positive spin?
Always frame it looking forward. Positively. Something like, I felt I had learned as much as I could in that role, and I was really eager to find a new opportunity where I could grow further and apply my skills in a more challenging environment.
Shows ambition, not bitterness.
Yeah.
Okay, mistake number 3, body language. Even on video calls, this matters, right?
Immensely.
Yeah.
Your posture, your nonverbal cues, they project energy, focus, or lack thereof.
So practical tips.
Smile. Maintain good eye contact, even if it's just with the camera lens on a video call. Sit up straight. These simple things signal engagement, they signal confidence, and they actually reinforce your spoken answers. They make you feel more confident, too.
Okay, perfect. Let's finish then with a final quick checklist. The absolute must-dos, maybe in the 5 minutes before the interview starts.
All right, rapid fire tips. First, prepare key phrases and practice your main answers out loud. You need to hear yourself speaking English. It helps lock it in.
Out loud, got it.
Second, use simple language. Seriously, complicated words are unnecessary, and they just increase the risk of mistakes. Clarity over complexity.
Keep it simple.
Third, don't try to memorize your answers word for word. Please don't. Aim for the structure, the key concepts. That way you'll sound natural, not like a robot.
Right, notes, not a script.
Exactly. Fourth, remember your superpower, taking your time. It is perfectly okay to pause, take a breath, or even say politely, let me think about that for a moment.
Gives you a second.
Okay.
And 5th,
Always end professionally. Smile, be polite, thank the interviewer for their time. Simple closing phrases work best.
like what?
Things like, thank you so much for your time. It was great speaking with you today. Or, I really enjoyed learning more about the company and the team. Thank you. Simple, polite, positive. So if we zoom out, look at the bigger picture, the hiring decision, it's going to depend on what you can do, your experience, sure, but also the positive attitude you bring. It's not really a test of flawless English grammar. It just isn't. So when you combine that solid preparation with giving yourself permission to speak calmly, deliberately, that's where real, authentic confidence comes from.
That's right. Master those structures. Slow down your pace. Give your brain that crucial time it needs to find the words. You really can do great.
Absolutely. We really hope this deep dive makes that next interview feel, well, a lot more manageable.
And building on that idea, you mentioned that real confidence isn't just preparation. It's owning the moment, taking your time.
Yeah.
We want to leave you with one final thought to mull over. If you know that feeling panicked and rushing is your default response, you need like a pre-programmed pause button in your head. So here's the challenge. What is one key phrase you can rehearse now that genuinely allows you to pause and reflect instead of launching into a panicked, maybe fragmented answer? Think about your phrase. Practice it. Have it ready.
That's a powerful tool to have in your back pocket.
Really is. We'll catch you in the next deep dive.
Until next time.